Hi there everyone. Oh sorry, I punched you there. Hi there everyone, welcome along to another video here with me, Jennifer Kirk, and special guest today is Zoe Kirk Robinson. You may remember her from the Game Hammer Classic Gaming channel, but today we're going to be showing off a model that she's actually built this, and it was something that's quite delicate. It's taken you, how long has it taken you?
22 hours.
22 hours?
Yes, you pulled me out from behind the camera just to talk about this. Let's have a look at what it actually is.
And this is the Noch Haunted House limited edition card kit. So I'm holding that up there now, and it's quite interesting. I've never seen a put together yourself kit that's actually a limited edition before, but this bad boy cost £200. You might be able to source it a little bit cheaper around, but I think £200 is its RRP, and that's an awful lot to pay for a kit. And it comes as a laser etched card kit. So we find, you've got the front cover for the box there.
It's rather nice. It's very impressive to look at, and when you see it on the back, fully formed, it's very impressive. It's a lovely looking model. Definitely. And even when you're putting it together, I kept being amazed at just how nice this thing is. Is it worth 200 quid? I'm not convinced, I have to admit, but it is very impressive. We've got it in little pieces, because you build it section by section, by which I mean floor by floor. All of these pieces, every single part, the window frames on the back and on the sides, the individual parts of these columns, the trellis, the handrails, the blocks, every single part, even including this ground floor piece, is multiple parts. This is an advanced kit. Intermediate to advanced. Like I said, it took me 22 hours. This is not your standard card kit.
And it's limited to 1,000 worldwide, so there's only 1,000 of these being made, and it actually comes with a certificate, which I just showed you before, number 279. So this is actually quite a rarity, and the idea is that it has light and sound effects. So it actually, I think this is one of the reasons that it costs so much. You can see there in the packet, we've got the soundboard with a little microchip in there, and it comes with these 3 little LEDs and full instructions on how to place them inside the kit on 3 different levels. It's actually a 4-level kit, but 3 of the levels have these laser light, LED light effects, and it comes with a little bag of, they're like weird little figures that you glue on little marks. There's like X's there, and you angle the LEDs, and the effect is like ghosts in there. Then it also comes with its own sound chip and speaker, and that is quite a beefy speaker in there, which is probably accounts for actually quite a good chunk of that cost.
Oh, absolutely. These things are not cheap.
No, because if you buy a sound chip for a locomotive, you can pay anywhere up to £140. So actually, I think a good chunk of the price to this kit goes on the electronics. But we've got these here, and we haven't fully assembled it because we have to transport this now. But certainly, it looks good, and there's no painting necessary on this. All of the parts are effectively pre-coloured.
Yes, every single part, pre-coloured, pre-textured, every single part of this, when you put it together, is ready the moment that it's fixed in. But here's an interesting part. I'm going to zoom in on these little windows here. Each of these windows appears to be embedded into the roof. But this is an example of just how intricate this thing is. Those window pieces extend down to that base underneath. It's an entire block without that. So you angle the paper over the top, and then you add on a roof, and then you add on the texturing on the roof. It's multiple parts, which is why it took me 22 hours to put this thing together.
Yeah, because each thing, it's not just like when you build an ordinary, like a Super Quick or a Metcalf kit where you have 1, possibly 2 layers.
Yes.
Apologies,
the cat is clawing behind us.
Yeah, the cat is playing up over.
But there is one downside to this being so intricate. Some of these pieces are very, very delicate. Like these columns here, I can see it bending just while it's sat there. So you've got to be very, very careful. It really is not for a first timer. If you're into building card kits, this is a great one for you. But if you're starting out, this is not the one to go for. My goodness.
No, and in terms of where you would put this on a layout, it ends up from the picture on the box. It always makes me feel of the Munsters mansion from that TV series.
Yes.
Back in the 50s, 60s, I think it was, or the Addams Family mansion.
Yeah.
It's got that sort of American haunted house vibe about it. So it's quite an investment for a centrepiece on a layout that may not necessarily work well with a lot of people's layouts, but certainly this is something that I can envisage. You could build this not even as part of a model railway, maybe as a centrepiece for Halloween decorations. It would work equally as well. Now, you're going to have to be very careful with storage on this, because even though it is well put together, quite a strong kit, there are some quite fiddly detail embellishments which could easily be damaged.
Like I said, the columns, but also these little pieces. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick these up. We'll have to have a close-up. These little pieces that are essentially wooden blocks that the next layer sits on. The actual card layer isn't sitting on them. It's on these little hooks instead and tabs. But from the model point of view, these are holding up the next layer. Those are so delicate and easily knocked off. Each one is individually glued on. Took me an hour to do the entire thing. And so as a result, it's so fragile.
So this is a kit that you need some degree of patience to build. And certainly, if you're thinking you're going to just throw one together in an afternoon, then think again. But the kit does come with its own glue, and a word of warning for this, it's one from the UHU range of glues. It is specifically for building this kit, so it's the perfect glue to use, but use it in a well-ventilated room.
Like I didn't. I had a headache that lasted about 8 or 9 hours after using it. It's strong.
Yeah, take frequent
breaks. You do get enough to do the entire kit, I'll give them that. There's still a little bit left over in the tube, but by the end I was pretty much just trying my best to get the last bit of glue out. So you do get enough, and it will cover the entire thing. And I expect you could probably glue in the electronics as well if you felt so inclined, because there is enough. But use it in a ventilated area, because it will cause you headaches.
Now, we haven't had a chance to get the electronics wired in and working on this.
Not yet,
certainly,
anyway.
If you have a look around on YouTube, there are videos available that show this haunted house up and running. I believe they're promotional videos that have been produced by Noch. So hopefully maybe we can find one of those and put a link in the description below if you want to see this kit up and running and doing its thing. But certainly, we're going to come back to this, I think, once it's all finished off. It's dismantled for transport at the moment, but at some point I would like to revisit this kit and be able to show it in all its glory.
That'd be lovely, yeah.
It's not one that I'm feeling that would have a permanent edition on Weir Yard, although actually the quirky part of me is thinking that right over in the corner for the town scene area, just as you know, the haunted house, it might actually work. Just tucked away at the back, wired in, so I can turn it on and off. Maybe I'll do that. For £200, this is not the sort of kit that you use once and then fling away. Certainly not. So this kit will last. So in terms of ease of construction, what would you give it in a score out of 10 for ease of construction?
Where 1's the easiest and 10's the hardest?
Yeah.
9.
So this is a tough kit to put together.
It is. And it's not because... I'm not saying it's tough because it takes ages. I'm not saying it's tough because there's multiple layers. I'm saying it's tough because it's got intricate, tiny parts that have to be very carefully cut out from the card and then assembled. That's the problem. It's so easy to damage things, which is why I'm going to rate it so high.
And also in terms of how well designed is this kit? Again, 1 to 10, 10 being very, very well designed, 1 being atrociously designed.
I'll give it 9 again. It is really well designed. The instructions are clear. Each of the pieces is carefully marked in the instruction book. You know exactly which bit you need to use at every point. There is only one numbering error in the entire set of instructions, and it's obvious from the shape of the piece that the number is off by a couple of digits. So even when it was wrong, it was perfectly fine to actually build this. I had no problems with understanding the instructions. Every single part looks beautiful, and I really enjoyed putting this model together.
So overall, taking into account everything, is this a kit that has really impressed you?
Absolutely. It is very impressive. I like this kit.
So, for the Jenny Railways crew, can we recommend this kit for them?
I think so. If you're into putting your own card buildings together and you like a bit of intricacy, yeah, I think this is one for you.
And I think as well, it's something a bit different. If you want an eye-catching centrepiece for your layout, then certainly if you've got the money to spend on this and the skills to build it, then this will be an eye-catching centrepiece. Anyway, I hope this video has been informative to you. Don't forget to like this video and share it too. And also subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. And ring that bell and you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. And also don't forget to tell everybody you know about this channel so that we can grow and get the word out there about these great ways of building things, the great reviews of new products. And also don't forget as well that you can join us for the Jenny Monday Club at 7 o'clock BST at the moment, GMT once the winter comes round, and join us for a live chat stream. And also don't forget that you can head on over to Gamehammer Classic Gaming and get your daily dose of retro goodness with Zoe here. Everything from the Amstrad CPC 464 through to the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, with a particular emphasis on the PlayStation 2. But it's been great having you along, great to have your company, and until next time, this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying bye for now. Today's video has been brought to you in part thanks to the generous donation of my fans on Patreon, and a huge thanks goes out to Anthony Kidson, Mark Anthony, Michael Churchwood, Bob Threeton, Alec Ralph, Anthony Hunt, William Wade, Wayne Johns, and Offshore Alan. If you'd like to help support the show, head on over to patreon.com/Jennifer Kirk. Thank you. Today's video has been brought to you by my books, Bringing Home the Stars, Twinkle Little Star, and also you can get the complete comic collections of All Over the House, Books 1, Books 2, and also the wacky zany Life of Knobty Mouse. Thanks, and catch you later.